Hello everyone, fresh off the workbench, we have a custom wired cape for the amazing Yamaguchi Batman. And in this video I'm going to show you how to install the cape on your figure. Now the first thing you want to do is break down your figure. These pegs are designed to come straight out, so it's not breaking anything. You want to pull the torso out. This peg it pegs in at a 45 degree, so make sure you don't try to pull straight out on that one. You don't want to break these. You're also going to remove the head. Set that off to the side. Be careful, there's a little loose neck piece. Keep those together. And what you're going to be left with is the back piece where the stock, I guess you could call it a cape, plugs in. And you're going to be left with this loose neck piece. And then of course these butterfly swivels here. Now you're going to want to pull this neck piece out, so our cape is going to go under that. This can be a little bit difficult to get out. So I would suggest that you heat up this peg to pull it out. I'm not going to do that because I'm stubborn. You want to get under there real good and pop it straight out. That's what you're going to be left with. Is your back piece, and you have this little peg inside of your neck piece. Now what I suggest to do here is take some needle nose pliers, not snips, because if you use snips, you're going to snip off that part of the peg in there, and then you're going to have a bad time. So take your needle nose pliers, and like I said before, I would suggest heating this up. This material is slightly flexible, so use a blow dryer, a heat gun, or even hot water, and it's going to be able to pop out much easier. But, like I said, I'm stubborn. So I pulled this out, and you heard a little pop of it coming out. Now you're going to take this peg. I slide my pliers all the way down to the bottom. This is so it doesn't damage the shaft of the peg. Place it over the hole, press down, and there you go. It's going to be like a little joystick. You can set your pliers aside. And now we're going to take the cape, and what you're going to do is line up the hole right here. Over that peg, you're going to want to push down the front of the cape into the chest. You can even use the edge of your pliers, or one of the points of your pliers, and press it down in there. And then you're going to wrap the cape around like so. Now, here comes the tricky part. This might actually take me a couple times. So what you're going to do, what you're going to do is drop the neck piece first, but once you get it back, you're going to place that neck piece right over the peg, standing straight up here. Try to line it up a little bit. You're going to have to put quite a bit of pressure actually on this to get it to go on. So just press it down, and there we go. It went in. Might take a couple tries, but I've done this about 10-15 times at this point. So it might take a little bit of fiddling with, but trust me, you'll get it. We're going to reassemble our Batman now. I'm going to put the torso peg in first, then the midsection. Put the legs back on. Place the arms back on. And lastly, the head. Sorry if I was doing any of that off camera. And this is going to be what you're left with. A real nice, sleek look with tons of articulation. Now, lastly, this kind of sits up a little bit over the back piece, as you can see. Now, as an option, what I've done to mine is I've actually taken this back part of the figure off. And here's how you're going to do that, if you so decide. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. And as you see, mine went back on there just fine, is because I didn't have to get in there with a blade or anything like that and ruin this and cut it out. But if you decide that you do want to take it off, before you put the cape on, you're going to want to take this off first. So don't try to take this off while you have the cape on. You want the cape off because we are going to apply heat to this to get it off. And you don't want that heat getting on the soft goods. It can absolutely ruin this material. Now you'll see here, I'll show you, where it pegs into the bottom. And you can see down in here where it would peg down in the front. Now we don't have to apply any heat down here. What you're going to do is you're going to take a blow dryer or a heat gun and you're going to heat up just this area right here and then also right here. The good thing is Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech, they use a glue that can be heated up. It's not like a super glue or anything like that that stays hard and you can't do anything about it. So once you get it nice and heated up, wiggle it back and forth, pull at it just a little bit. It's eventually going to come off, and what you're going to be left with is this backpack. I'm going to keep mine on there instead of shearing it off, because just in case I want to ever go back to having this on, I want to be able to just put a dab of hot glue on there and pop it back on, no problem. But with it removed, let's lay down this cape again. It's going to lay down much better. And like I said, you don't have to do this, but it's preferred for me, personally. And I just think it gives old Bats here a fantastic look. I mean, look at that from the side. From the back here, you can see how... So you don't really see that peg unless you're pulling the cape really tight. And there we have it. The Amazing Yamaguchi custom wired Batman cape. Well, that's all, everybody. And remember, it's more than just plastic and paint. It's a passion.